How far back in history does the grisly act of impalement go? Well, today, most people think of impalement. We think of Vlad the Impaler, the Dracula fella. That was around 500 years ago. Impaling is when you take a long spike or spear and you shove it up someone's you know what, and it comes out of like your neck or shoulder, probably upper back, and they stick you in the ground, and that's your punishment. That was about 500 years ago. But a full, long 3,000 years before that, in the law code of Hammurabi around 1800 BCE, it states that impalement is a punishment for a wife that might unalive her husband for the sake of another man. This is the punishment dealt out for that. So that's nearly 3,500 years, 3,300 years before Vlad. So impalement goes back really, really far. But what is the most detailed story that I can think of that goes back really, really far? So around 1000 BCE is when King David lived. So one of the earliest detailed stories of impalement, that's right, you guessed it, it comes from the good book. Let's read it. 2 Samuel chapter 21. Now there was a famine in the days of David for 3 years, year after year, and David inquired of the Lord. The Lord said, "There is blood guilt on Saul and on his house, because he put the Gibeonites to unalivement." So the king called the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not of the people of Israel, but a remnant of the Amorites. Although the people of Israel had sworn to spare them, Saul had tried to wipe them out in his zeal for the people of Israel and Judah. David said to the Gibeonites, "What shall I do for you? How shall I make expiation, that you may bless the heritage of the Lord?" The Gibeonites said to him, "It is not a matter of silver or gold between us and Saul or his house, neither is it for us to put anyone to unalivement in Israel," he said. "What do you say that I should do for you?" They said to the king, "The man who consumed us and planned to destroy us so that we should have no place in all the territory of Israel, let 7 of his sons be handed over to us, and we will impale them before the Lord at Gibeon on the mountain of the Lord." The king said, "I will hand them over." He gave them into the lands of the Gibeonites, and they impaled them on the mountain before the Lord. The 7 of them perished together. They were put to unalivement in the first days of the harvest, at the beginning of barley harvest. And it goes on to say in verse 14, the Lord, let's get the exact words here now. After that, God heeded supplications for the land. So, impaling these poor folks who likely had nothing to do with the actual crime Saul committed were impaled before the Lord. And the God of the Bible thought, "Yeah, we're cool now. I've seen all I wanted to see. That'll do. Famine gone." What a great book in history of impalement.